Meet Sam, 27 years old, software engineer. Makes a decent salary, around $4,500 a month. But at the end of every month, Sam has maybe $80 left in his account, sometimes less. He's not buying Lamborghinis. He's not going on crazy vacations. He just doesn't know where the money goes. Sound familiar? Because I've talked to hundreds of people just like Sam, and the problem is never the income, it's the system, or the lack of one. Now let me show you someone else. Same city, similar income to Sam 5 years ago. The difference? Sarah learned how the 1% manage their money, and she just did it. Today, I'm going to show you exactly what Sarah learned, step by step, so you can start doing the same thing, even if you're starting from zero. Let's get into it. So here's what Sam was doing every single month. Salary hits the account, rent goes out, then groceries, then a dinner here, a subscription there, a new shirt because it was on sale, an Uber because it was raining. And then, at the end of the month, Sam would look at his account and think, okay, what can I save? The answer was almost always, nothing much. This is called paying everyone else first. Your landlord gets paid, Netflix gets paid, DoorDash gets paid, and you? You get the leftovers. The 1% flipped this completely. Sarah told me something that changed her life. She said, I stopped asking what I could save at the end of the month. I started asking what I could spend after saving. The moment her salary arrived, 20% went straight to a separate account, automatically. She never touched it. She never even thought about it. She just lived on the 80% that was left. And guess what? She adjusted. Within 2 months, it felt completely normal. This is called paying yourself first, and Warren Buffett literally built his entire fortune on this principle. Here's how you start today. Open a separate savings account. Set up an automatic transfer for the same day your salary comes in. Start with 10% if 20% feels scary. You will adjust. Humans always do. Okay, so Sam heard about this pay yourself first idea and thought, great, but where does the rest of the money go? I still have rent. I still have food. I still want to live my life. Valid question. This is where the 50-30-20 rule comes in. 50% of your income goes to needs, rent, groceries, electricity, transport, the non-negotiables. 30% goes to wants, eating out, movies, shopping, holidays, the things that make life enjoyable. 20% goes to savings and investments, your future self. When Sam first saw this breakdown, he realized something uncomfortable. He was spending 70% on wants alone, subscriptions he forgot about, impulse buys, food delivery every other night. He wasn't bad with money, he just had never actually looked at the numbers. So he tracked 1 month, just one, and he found $400 of completely invisible spending, things he was paying for that he didn't even use or remember. That $400, he redirected it to investments. Now here's what Sarah did over time. As her salary grew, she resisted something called lifestyle inflation, the trap where you earn more and automatically spend more too. Instead, she kept her needs and wants percentages the same, and all the extra income, it went straight into the investment bucket. Her ratio today is roughly 40% needs, 15% wants, 45% savings and investments. That's how ordinary people build extraordinary wealth, not by making millions, but by widening the gap between what they earn and what they spend. Here's something that genuinely shocked Sam when he first heard it. Keeping money in a regular savings account is actually losing money. His bank was giving him 2% interest per year, but inflation, the rising cost of everything, was running at about 6%. So every year he kept money sitting there, he was effectively losing 4% of its value. His money was working against him. The 1% understand one thing at a deep level. Money has to move to grow. So what do? They invest. Consistently. Not perfectly, just consistently. Sarah started with something incredibly simple: index funds. Think of an index fund like a pizza. Instead of betting everything on one ingredient, you're buying a slice of the entire menu, the top 500 companies in the country. When the economy grows, your slice grows with it. Average return? About 7 to 10% per year over the long term. Here's the math that changed Sam's mind. Sarah started investing $200 per month at age 27. After 30 years, with 8% average returns, she'd have over $270,000. Sam, who waited until 37? Same $200 per month, same returns, but only 20 years, he'd end up with about $118,000. Same monthly investment, but Sarah ends up with $150,000 more. That gap, that painful, beautiful gap, is called compound interest. It's your money making money, which then makes more money. Albert Einstein reportedly called it the eighth wonder of the world, and he was right. The earlier you start, the less you actually have to invest. Time does the heavy lifting for you. Sam had a moment of panic last year. His company announced layoffs. He wasn't let go, but for 3 weeks, he genuinely didn't know. And during those 3 weeks, he realized something terrifying. If he lost that job, he had maybe 2 months of savings. After that, zero income, zero backup, zero plan. He was completely dependent on one company to fund his entire life. The average millionaire has 7 income streams, not because they're geniuses, but because they made a decision early on. My salary is the foundation, not the ceiling. Sarah had been building quietly for 3 years. First, she started buying dividend stocks, companies that pay you just for owning their shares. Every quarter, a small deposit would appear in her account. Passive, automatic, hers. Then she started a small freelance design side project. Just weekends, just a few clients. Within a year, it was adding an extra $800 a month. She didn't quit her job. She didn't risk anything crazy. She just added a second pipe, then a third. You don't need 7 streams today. You need one more than you have right now. Ask yourself, what skill do you already have that someone else would pay for? Design? Writing? Tutoring? Cooking? Coding? Fitness? Start there. One client, one project, one stream. Then let it grow. Let me tell you about the one thing that almost derailed Sam completely: a credit card. At 24, Sam got his first credit card, limit of $3,000. It felt like free money, a new phone here, a vacation there. I'll pay it off next month, he told himself. 3 years later, he had $8,000 in credit card debt across 2 cards, at 28% annual interest. He was paying $180 per month just in interest, not paying off the debt, just interest. That's $2,160 a year, gone, every year, just to stand still. This is what bad debt does. It doesn't just take your money, it takes your future. There are 2 types of debt, and the 1% know the difference well. Good debt builds value. A mortgage on a property that appreciates, a business loan that generates profit, a skill course that triples your income. Bad debt destroys value. Credit cards at 24 to 36% interest, car loans for cars beyond your means, buy now, pay later traps. If you have high interest debt right now, that is priority number 1. Not investing, not saving aggressively. Kill the debt first, because no investment on the planet will consistently beat a guaranteed 28% loss every year. Sam paid off his cards in 18 months using a method called the Avalanche Method, tackling the highest interest debt first. Every spare dollar went there. The month he made his final payment, he said it felt like taking off a backpack he'd been wearing for years. Kill the debt, then redirect every dollar you were paying in interest straight into investments. Here's the investment that came before every stock, every fund, every income stream for Sarah: herself. At 28, Sarah spent $300 on an online course to improve her design skills. That led to freelance clients, which led to $800 extra per month, which over 5 years has compounded into over $50,000 in extra income. $300, $50,000 in return. No stock market gives you that kind of ROI. The 1% are obsessive learners. They read, they take courses, they find mentors, they study people who are where they want to be, and they reverse engineer the path. Because here's the truth nobody says out loud. Your income rarely exceeds your personal development. If you want to earn more, be worth more. If you want to build wealth, first build yourself. 1 book per month, that's it. 12 books a year on money, business, mindset, your career. In 5 years, that's 60 books. Do you think someone who reads 60 books on wealth building will be in the same place as someone who watched 60 seasons of reality TV? Not a chance. Small investments in yourself, made consistently, create results that look like magic from the outside. But it's not magic. It's just compound growth, applied to you. Sam is not a millionaire yet, but 1 year after learning these principles, he has 0 credit card debt for the first time in 4 years. He has $4,800 invested. He has 1 freelance client paying him $400 a month on the side. He's not where he wants to be, but for the first time, he actually has a direction. And that changes everything. Here's your recap. Pay yourself first. Automate savings before a single dollar goes anywhere else. 50-30-20 rule. Track your spending and widen the gap over time. Invest early. Index funds, compound interest. Let time work for you. Build income streams, 1 extra pipe at a time. Destroy bad debt. Kill high-interest debt before anything else. Invest in yourself. Your skills are the highest return asset you own. None of this requires being born rich. None of it requires a finance degree. It just requires a decision, and then showing up for that decision every single month. Sam did it. Sarah did it. You can too. If this helped you, smash that like button and subscribe. Every week, I break down real money strategies in the simplest way possible. And drop a comment. Are you more of a Sam right now or a Sarah? I read every single one. See you in the next one.